Hey guys, so on today's video I'm going to be doing a video that is very long overdue. A lot of you guys always ask me in the comment section of all of my beauty and fashion videos when I'm going to do another law school video. For those of you who don't know, shocker, I'm in law school and I just finished my second year. I will leave the link to my law school Q&A, my first year experience right here, and you can go ahead and click at any time if you kind of want to go back and kind of see how my first year went and then compare it to this year. Feel free, the link is right here in this video. And for those of you using mobile to watch my video, the link probably won't work on this, so you'll have to go into the description box and click the link I'll put there. Okay, I finished my second year and I'm officially a third year law student. I graduate next May. It's currently June 22nd, 2015, so by this time next year, I think I'll still be studying for the bar and I'll be prepping for the exam. Okay. First year, I remember quoting, I said something like, law school is like the Hunger Games, and it's a competition, and it's like really intense and really gruesome, and blood and sweat and tears are shed all throughout the year until finally you finish and you're like, yes, I got through it, I'm still here, I didn't get kicked out, awesome. So basically, yeah, that's first year. It's a war out there. But once you get to second year, things kind of chill out a little bit. Everybody's kind of already in their flow. Everybody knows what to expect. There's really no surprises, no shockers. This is the year where a lot of people get to delve into their electives, which means you can start to kind of get specific with the area of law that you want to practice. If there's something you're interested in, you can go ahead and take classes for it. This year, I found what I think I want to practice, and that's intellectual property. I had that interest my first year, but really the only reason I had that interest was because I am a YouTuber. As you guys know, being a beauty and fashion vlogger, you get a lot of opportunities to work with different companies and brands, and there's just a lot of, business side to the whole YouTube thing. It can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing, but for me it's been such a good thing. It's been such a blessing and amazing experience. So I'd always known I wanted to go to law school. Again, if you watch this video, you'll kind of see my background and why I decided to go. So this whole YouTube thing kind of came up out of nowhere in the middle of my educational career, as you would say, and it started in college, so it kind of sprung up out of nowhere, and I thought, whoa, this is kind of cool, and it's kind of taking off. So basically I figured, how can I mix my law degree with beauty, fashion, the cosmetic industry, the fashion industry? How can I blend these two things together? So when I started applying to law schools, this kind of going backwards a little bit, but I'll make it quick, I kind of started searching like lawyers in the fashion industry and cosmetic legal issues, stuff like that. I came across this whole world, this whole legal realm that I had no idea existed, and it's called fashion law. This area is legit, and it's actually growing so rapidly because of all of the copyright issues, infringement issues with designer brands, and stuff like that. Think about it. Like, for example, you see sometimes at Forever 21 or H&M, you'll see what looks like a replica of a Celine bag, and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, that looks just like a Chanel, that looks just like a Celine. How is it possible that they can sell something like this? It looks just like it. They're basically copying it. That's not cool. Well, there's a lot of legal issues behind things like that, and that's what I'm interested in. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So I kind of decided to go into intellectual property, which is kind of like the larger category, and then within intellectual property there's copyrights, trademarks, patent law, there's like I said, fashion law, entertainment law, sports law, video game law. It's so crazy. There's all of these fields within that area. I decided I would pursue an additional kind of element to my degree, and I'm also going to be just getting a certification in intellectual property field. So it's good for the job market in the future. If I decide to work in an intellectual property law firm, then they'll see the certification and maybe it'll be a bonus to my resume, who knows. But like I said, so I decided to do that my second year. I registered for the certification process, and then you can choose from a list of just various intellectual property courses you can take throughout the next 2 years. I decided to take trademarks and copyright, which is kind of like an introductory course to what I want to do, because for patent law, you need to have a science or engineering background, which I don't have. So for me, all I really can do as far as the intellectual property legal area goes is copyrights and trademarks. I decided to take courses like that. I took right of publicity, which is so crazy, right? The right of publicity course that I took taught me so much about my presence on the internet. I took entertainment law, which talks about managers, agents, the music industry, the television industry. It was so interesting. I'm taking right now computer cybercrime, which is awesome. You learn about cyberbullying, sexting, all that stuff. I also decided to continue taking other areas of the law too, just in case, you know, it doesn't hurt to become familiar with family law, with real estate law, because you never know when you'll come across it, whether it's with a client or in my own daily life. So I just decided to kind of pick and choose different things that I'm interested in, whether or not it was an intellectual property. But again, that is my main focus right now. Who knows, maybe by the end of my third year, I'll end up working in medical malpractice or criminal law, for all you guys know. But this is awesome because I get to kind of document this and get to kind of talk to you guys about how I feel right now, and then we'll see how things change year to year. This year I started to actually gain legal experience in various ways. So my school requires us to have an externship, whether it be like in a clinic, a legal clinic, or it can be with a judge, so on and so forth. It's part of our requirements for graduation. So I decided to do my externship the spring of this past year. So I worked for a circuit court judge, and he was located in the domestic relations division of the circuit court. He worked in post-decree divorce, which is after the divorce has already happened, and so we dealt with a lot of basically child support cases. We dealt with visitation rights, stuff like that, basically, you know, just stuff that would come about when people are divorced, I guess, and have children. So I, as a clerk or as an extern, I had duties like I spoke to the pro se litigants, which really quickly, a pro se is someone who represents themselves in court and has no legal counsel. There, I spoke to them and kind of got the basic facts of why they were there, and then I go back to the judge, I talk to him about it, and then, you know, he tells me what I should do, whether I should continue the case, set a hearing for another date, or he would tell me to draft an order, which was probably my favorite part, actually, now looking back, is drafting court orders, because that's so cool to me. Like, I actually drafted an official court order that tells people what they can do and what they can't do. So yeah, it was really great to be a part of the court process, and then along the way I got to kind of see actual lawyers in action. You know, they would come in and talk to the judge, and I would hear it, and I actually got a feel for what a good lawyer looks like and what a bad lawyer looks like, because let me tell you, there are both. But yeah, so I did that, and what many of you don't know is that I didn't have legal experience before going to law school, and I also went from college straight to law school, which is not what a lot of traditional students, I feel, do. A lot of my friends, a lot of people that I know from school, they took 2 to 3 years off to gain legal experience or to just work, so that they kind of had that experience, because a lot of people have the notion that you need to have some kind of legal experience before you get to law school in order so you can do really well. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. I went straight from college to law school, had no legal experience of my own, and I'm doing just fine, actually better than fine at the point that I'm at in my career. I didn't have legal experience and the clock was ticking. You know, by second year you should definitely have something in the works. You should have somewhere where you're getting some kind of experience. So that wasn't the only place in the courthouse. I actually got my first job, and so this is where I kind of want to talk about something that's so important, not just in the legal field. I feel like whatever field you're in, take this advice from me. And you know, some people probably wouldn't want to give this kind of advice to people just because they don't want them to know, like, the secret, you know what I mean? It's just one word that you need to remember, and it's networking. Networking is how I've gotten all of my legal jobs that I've had since the start of my legal education. And it's basically, you know, kind of putting yourself out there, going to these events. In law school, there's tons and tons of legal mixers, legal, I guess, receptions slash open bar slash cocktail parties. I don't know what you call it. So anyway, which is awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. These events that I've gone to have been very, very, elegant and fancy, and there's an open bar. For those of you who don't know, I'm 23, so I can drink. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. This brings me to my point. The externship that I actually got it informally. I met the judge that I ended up working for at a mentor reception, and it was a reception for minority students, minority law students, and minority college students who are interested in going to law school. So it was like a mentorship program where we were teamed up with an attorney or a judge or someone in the legal field who is willing to help us, you know, kind of, and answer our questions and look out for us, kind of thing. So I met the judge that I ended up externing for there, and he said he needed, you know, another extern for the spring, and he had someone in mind, but you know, he'd be happy to receive my resume and take a look at it, but you know, there were no guarantees or anything. And okay, I said, okay, I'm gonna follow up because I definitely need an externship, and you know, I think this is my opportunity to get one. So I followed up with him the next morning. I sent him, you know, a nice email, and I, you know, told him I'm very much still interested in the externship. I attached my resume, I attached my cover letter, a writing sample, I attached my transcript, and lo and behold, like a week later I interviewed with him and I got the externship like the night of. I think he emailed me and said I got it. So awesome, got it. So I continued to go to these networking events because, you know, after this happened, I found that, you know, this might be a good opportunity for me to try to acquire a job. So I kept going. I started seeing the same, you know, attorneys at these receptions, and I ended up, you know, becoming, like, I guess, acquaintances or friends with them, as you can say. So I can say that I've met a lot of really, really prominent legal figures in the Chicago legal field, and I actually acquired 2 paid jobs from these networking events. The first one I actually acquired was working for a plaintiff's personal injury. It's more so general practice, I feel like, because the attorney that I worked for kind of did a little bit of everything. So I actually got the opportunity to work there over Christmas break because I mailed out Christmas cards to a lot of the attorneys that I had met throughout the year, and I figured it would be a really nice gesture. So I sent him one, and he responded back with an email and said if, you know, if I had a job and if I was looking for a job, because he was looking for a law clerk. Ta-da! Here I am, like, yay! I got something. So I went to interview, got the job the day of, and I started working in the beginning of January. And then as the second semester started, I continued, like I said, to go to networking events. I continued to do well in school, keep up with schoolwork, and my YouTube channel, not to mention, which is also something I should talk about, but I'll talk about it after this. And I went to another networking event, lo and behold, a lot of very prominent Judges were there. It was a judicial reception, so it was really, really nice. And I have the opportunity of going to these things because of people I know, so it was really great. Anyway, within the last 5 minutes of being there, I was literally about to leave and I met a judge. I didn't know her. She came up to me, introduced herself, we spoke a little bit. She said she was on her way out, but you know, that she really, I guess something kind of, you know, like sparked her interest in me, because she told me that, you know, she gave me her card and said she'd like to continue the conversation we were having with people. I followed up with her. I start off by saying, you know, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, because nowadays you would think it's so rare for someone to take time out of their day to help someone build them and to build them up, you know what I mean? To give them knowledge for them to be successful, because I feel like nowadays when people find the key to success, they kind of don't want to share it because they don't want someone else to be successful. And what I've found in the Chicago, at least the Chicago legal community, is that a lot of people want to see the younger generation and the law students of now kind of become successful. So she sent out emails to people she knew and someone replied back, and ta-da! I got another job offer while I was still at the job that I was at previously. And so I had to make a decision, you know. I went into interview with who is now my boss, and the benefits of being at this location and at this particular firm kind of was better for me. You know, it was closer to school. There was a lot of other aspects involved with why I chose to leave, but I did, and you know, it was like another chapter of my life closed. Sometimes you have to let go certain things in life to kind of move up and better yourself. So this opportunity was a lot better for me, and I am currently still there. I started in April and I've been there ever since, and I'm a law clerk there. So I do things like, all of this is going to sound foreign to you if you have no idea what I'm talking about, but I do things like I conduct discovery, I talk to clients over the phone, sometimes I do in-office interviews where they come in and I talk to them. I just draft a lot of legal memoranda, so that's all you need to know about that. And I'm learning a lot, and I'm getting a lot better at it as, you know, the weeks go by, and I like it. I like the people that I work with, and it's just been all really, really great. And, you know, I'm not going to say there weren't any bumps in the road. There were a lot of, you know, bumps in the road as far as, you know, relationships and stuff like that. A lot of the times you'll find, and this is with any career path you choose, that the more successful you become, the more you realize, you know, who is truly going to support you and be there for you. And I unfortunately kind of saw that as things got better for me, and I had to let go of some relationships. And it's as unfortunate as it is. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't feel like I'm losing anything by being picky with the people that I associate myself with. And overall, no matter what you do in life, just a side non-law school advice to you is, if you feel someone around you or people around you are being negative, or you feel that they find your success threatening, or you just get bad vibes, because I feel like everybody has those kind of gut feelings about people. Honestly, listen to them. Just do it. Throughout my second year, a lot of that happened. I don't know, sour feelings about certain things, but you know, you live and you learn. And I couldn't be happier so far. Yes, it was stressful. My gosh, it was stressful. But I finished, and right now it's summer. So like I said, it's the end of June. I started summer classes a few weeks ago, and I'm taking 2 online courses just because with what I do with YouTube, and I'm currently working as well. So online courses just kind of balances better for me this summer. I need to just do 2 online courses. So I'm doing 6 credits this semester, or this summer semester. I'm taking real estate transactions, really for the heck of it, because I want to know what the buying and selling process of a home or a real estate property is, because I feel that that will help me in the future as well when it comes time for me to purchase my own home. So I'm taking that to just kind of dabble in that. And then I'm taking, like I said, online computer crime, which is an intellectual property course that I'm really liking so far. So yeah, that's basically kind of the timeline, everything that I've done this second year and where I'm at right now and kind of how my second year went. I apologize if it's a little bit like vague or jumbled, because there's so much has happened in the last school year that it's like almost impossible for me to remember everything, but I try to give you the highlights of everything that happened and just update you on everything. But as far as, because I noticed a lot of you guys have questions about the financial aid process, you guys have questions about finals, how I study for it, and then you guys also have questions about the LSAT and preparation for law school. If you guys want to see videos solely on that without my just blabbing and just real kind of straightforward feedback for you guys regarding that stuff, if we can get this video to 2,000 likes, I will do my law school part 3 when the time comes. And if you want to see separate videos on the LSAT, on the financial process of paying for law school, and on any other things that I didn't cover in this video or my last one, or if you want me to delve more into certain things, go ahead and leave me the comments down below as to what videos you want to see, like specifically, and whichever one gets the most likes, I'll do next. Yeah. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was somewhat informative to you guys. Thank you for being so interested in my education and kind of what I'm doing outside of YouTube. It's so cool to see such a huge interest, and I am such a huge supporter of just continuing your education and doing your best and learning as much as possible. It's not about getting the A's, it's about leaving the course that you're taking or the classes that you're taking having learned something. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon with another video. Bye!